Hey guys, we are just getting ready to start our Facebook Live video here today to talk about a very new collection of products that we're super excited about. I think Katie and I are nervous today. We've been sitting there laughing about how we're nervous. We get nervous before we come on here to talk about these things, but we are super excited and just want to say thank you for joining us today. We will be archiving this video in the Craft the Story group, and I have a second camera on for YouTube, so you'll be able to get all of the information. What we are talking about today is a brand new collection called Story Planner. And this whole idea came about because I really wanted a concrete place to be storing my story ideas. I wanted a place where I could collect my story ideas, where I could plan out some of my projects, and where I could store the ideas that come to mind in all different kinds of times and places. For me, a lot of times the ideas, my story ideas, come to me while I'm working on other projects. And so I wanted to have a binder that sat on my desktop or here by my computer or over on my work table that could hold story ideas until I'm ready to actually scrapbook them, or it could just hold story ideas as well. So today here on the Facebook Live, I'm going to introduce you to the products that are part of the Story Planner collection, and then these products will go live for sale tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific time or noon Eastern. And we'll repeat that again, and we can also put this in the body of the archived video as well. So if you're just jumping on here, we are talking about Story Planner, which is our new product collection. And I think what we're going to do today is, if you have questions as we go along, I'm going to show you each one of the products. If you have questions as we go along, you can put them here in the comments, and Katie can either shoot them over to me or we'll answer them after the video. Again, those comments are archived in there, and you can see my responses to those questions as well. Let's see, so Story Planner. So let's talk about what the product options are for this. This is not a huge release, mainly because we want to see how it goes. We want to see, how does this work? How does it actually work for people? So we're starting with some super basic products. So the heart of this Story Planner system, so just first of all too, the idea behind Story Planner is not a planner where you are like planning your life, right? Where you are writing down the things that you're going to do, or like I use the Get to Work book for that. Like that's not what this is. This is designed to hold your story ideas and your project ideas for the things that you want to save for another time. So just as a reminder there. So let's start off and talk about the product. So this collection, like I said, begins with the binders. So we have two binder options for you. These binders are 7.25 by 9. There is a chipboard option here that is a black with white polka dots. And then there is another option, which is a cream colored linen option. Again, these are 7.25 by 9. So these are smaller than the 6x8 albums that we normally release. And I want to show you, I have a 6x8 album here from a past project, so you can see what the difference is in the size. So this was a Week in the Life album that we offered, I think last year. And then here is the Story Planner next to it. So you can get a sense of the size difference, right? We wanted this to be smaller. We wanted to differentiate it from the albums where we're actually putting our projects into. I wanted something different. Like I said, it's something that was a little bit smaller and could sit on my desk or sit over here by my computer that would be easy to grab and easily accessible. So again, there's just the size difference between the 6x8 and the Story Planner binder, which is 7.25 by 9. This one has a 1.5 inch spine, so again, it's smaller overall. One thing that is the same though is the rings. So the ring configuration and the ring size in these story binder albums are the same. And so you could take something like a 3x8 page protector, and the 3x8 page protector will fit in here because it's using the same ring system that we use in our other albums. A full-size 6x8 page protector does not fit in here. Did you have something? Yeah. Oh, okay. Just so you guys can see, it's too wide over on the side. At this time, we are not offering page protectors. We're not selling page protectors for this binder system. We may do that in the future, but we wanted to just start out with a few other things instead. So let's take a look at those in just a second here. So again, these are the two binder options. There's a black with white polka dots. This one is $15.99, and then the linen covered album, that's the cream color, is $19.99. And the price difference is all because of the material. So these linen albums are just simply more expensive to produce. They both are the same size. Everything else is the same about them. So those are the binders, and that is the core product right here. That's going to be the home for you to store these story ideas. Then from there, we have a variety of other products that go along with that. Because I want this to be an organizational system, essentially like an organized way to keep your stories, the next product that we have are transparent tabbed dividers. I have already placed stickers on these, and the stickers are part of a different product, and I'll show you those in a minute. This package comes with 10 tabbed plastic dividers. They will have the plastic on top of them when you get them, and then you can decide and customize for yourself what you want to have your story categories be. What I really wanted for myself is I wanted to have a category for each one of the people in my house. So for me, I needed 7 just for that alone. So I have Anna, Aaron, Simon, Isaac, Elliot, Anna, Audrey, and then I made a tab for everyone, and then I made a tab for story themes, and then I still have one that's blank that I could fill in later on, kind of as I get used to using the system myself. These transparency tab dividers are $10.99, and those will be available tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific when everything else goes live. So I'm going to put these in here while I'm sitting here just so you can see them in the binder itself. So that's going to be, this is kind of a starting point, right? Everything is in here. We're selling each of these pieces individually so that you can choose what you guys want to add into your binder itself. Next up, the thing that I think I was most excited about myself are these pads. So we have pads of paper that have 60 sheets in them. This is a paperweight that is between the December daily logbook and a journal card. So it's not as thick as a journal card, but it is not as thin as the December daily logbook, and that's just a reference for those of you. I feel like it's a nice paperweight on its own. So 60 sheets in here. This one is a project plan page, and it says project plan, title, has the reason why, you can write that in. It has to do before the project begins. It has supplies needed, and it has a place for a personal pep talk there on the bottom, and then story ideas along the side. So this is a project planning worksheet. So if you want to plan ahead for day in the life, maybe there's something you want to focus on this time, or for week in the life, or for a December daily, and maybe you would have multiple pages of things that you're thinking about in advance of actually working on the project. So this is $10.99, 60 sheets, the project planning notepad. And then what I think is going to be the core for me, these are the ones that I'm going to turn to most often, and that's what as I've started using it, this is what I found for myself, is the story idea notepad. Same thing, 60 sheets. It's $10.99, and it has 2 different story idea sections. So it has the top story idea with photo, place to write down. Do you need photos? Do you have the photos already? And then embellishments. I think that's a cat. We have a cat in here. And so story idea on the top, photos, embellishments, and then a place where you can check something off, layout, pocket page, mini book, or just to remember, and then the date. And that section is repeated on the bottom. So for me, as I started working on this, these are the things that this is the machine that I've been using the most. When story ideas come to me when I'm working on something, or when story ideas come to me randomly, I'm just jotting down notes to myself in here, and then I'm putting it into the binder under the tab that it goes with. So if it's a story about Simon or a story about me, it's going under that tab. So these, with the pads, again, the holes are already punched on there again, or I did once. Yeah. Okay. The holes are already punched. Sorry, Katie and I are having dialogue while we're doing this. Holes are already punched, and you can just tear it off like that, and then it goes right into the binder itself there. Again, on paper quality, Katie and I were just talking about that, and I mentioned this earlier, but the paper quality for these are in between like the thinner quality that we had in the December daily. Now I can't think of it. Thank you. The logbook, and in some of the other kits that we've offered, pads, those papers have been a little bit thinner. This is thicker than that, but not as thick as any of the journal cards that we do. It's a decent quality of paper, I would say. So those are two paper pads. Those are offered individually. Each one of those are $10.99. We have another bundle of paper pads, and that includes I'm going to say 3x8, but it's not 3x8, but it's a half page, and this one says details, and then it has observations, gratitudes, overheard, and date. So maybe this is something that a story you would want to focus on, or you want to capture something, but you're not ready to put it into a project, or you're not ready to write it down in a different album. You can just simply jot it down on here and then put it under the binder tab that you want of the person that you want to use. Included in that, so these both have 60 sheets. This one just says story thoughts on it. So this is something that could be an embellishment that you could use. You could use just a little piece of tape. These are not sticky notes, so you could just use a little piece of tape and you could stick it on top one of these. Lots of different uses, and I think it'll be interesting to see how people decide to use these two specifically as time goes on here. And so those two together, these are $8.99 for the bundle of these two.
Someone wanted to know if the pads are double-sided.
The pads are not double-sided. The pads are single-sided. So you can see, I'll just rip another piece off, single-sided there. So you could add your own notes or any other sorts of things that you may want to add on the back of there as well. Kind of a nice place. I think, especially if you wanted to flush out a story, like this is great. What I found this part to be great for is if I want to draw a picture of something, like a layout idea, or I'm just jotting down like the basics of the story, you could just on the back, then you could kind of flush it out longer. This to me is not something like, this is not a finished project, right? This is a in progress place to keep notes and ideas and all of those things that for me seem to be like, here's my sticky notes, and here's some other notes that are on my table, and here's some that are on my phone. I want to have a place where all of that stuff is all coming together in one place. So those are the paper pads. Then we also have an insert bundle, and this insert bundle includes this really cute transparency that says believe in the power of your own story. And in my album, I'll show you what it looks like here. This is what I'm putting in as just the first page. I think it's a really nice beginning to the album itself. So believe in the power of your own story. That's included with a pocket, okay? So what do we call this? Like a twine pocket, right? That fits into the album, holes already punched. Similar to the story kit pockets that we have, or the envelopes that we have, and this can go right into your album to keep maybe all those other sticky notes that you've been collecting, or tickets, or just, something. So I know you guys will find something to put in here. Then we also have just a pocket that is a star pocket. This is a cream with white stars on it. Again, just another place to store things within your album. Who knows, maybe it's going to be photos that you're waiting to use on some project. So that would be an idea for that as well. So that combination, the two pocket pages and the transparency, that is, let's see, where's that one? I'm looking on my list here, $12.99 for the three of those together. We have a few other projects here that I want to show you guys. One of them is a sticker bundle. And inside, this is a sticker bundle that is similar to other ones that we have done in the shop, but geared towards this project. You can use it for regular memory keeping. You could use it in here. It's really kind of up to you. It's going to come with 2 sheets of each design. So one is word phrase stickers, and these are very, universal kinds of words and phrases. He said, she said. I love this because, some of the jumping off ideas for story prompts that we've talked about before. Then there are 2 sheets of icon stickers, so circles with some color popping in there. There are 2 sheets of banner stickers that you can use. I know that some people are into decorating planner sorts of things or decorating this kind of stuff. I think for me it's going to be more utilitarian and more functional, but we want to give you some options as well. It also has our favorite label stickers, 2 sheets of those in black. And then this package also has the writable insert stickers that are the writable stickers that can go on the tabs, go on those plastic tabs, the transparent tab dividers. And there's a whole bunch of those. So you can, if you make a mistake, you can rewrite them. You could put some on the front, some on the back. It's kind of up to you. So those are included with that as well. For this release, we also have a couple other things. We have a mini ink bundle. This is new, same colors of inks, but just a new collection of the mini inks. We've done one mini ink offering before, which was for the fall release that included different colors. This one has Tillamook, which is the orange. It has Columbia, which is the kind of a light blue. St. Helens, which is a light beige. Deschutes, which is the navy. And then Astoria, which is the light pink. So that group of 5 mini inks is going to be $13.99, and those will be available tomorrow as well. For this release, we have one last thing. We have put together a roller stamp bundle with 2 roller stamps and 2 inks. In the roller stamp bundle, we have brought back the time roller stamp, so the little time roller stamp. This will also be available separately for those of you guys that may already have the other products that are included in the bundle. You'll be able to purchase the time roller stamp tomorrow. So in the bundle, though, is the time roller stamp, the word phrases, is that what it's called?
It's phrases.
Phrases roller stamp that has things like just awesome, fantastic memory, remember this, so much love, love life, the story. We've had this one available for a while, but this will also be available individually. It's a better deal if you buy them together with 2 mini inks, and it includes Pendleton and Black Butte, and so that's the red and the black, and those are probably the 2 that I use most, along with the orange. Those are kind of my favorites as well. Couple things I want to say. We can take questions about products in just a second. One of the things that I want you to know about this, and tomorrow I'll have a blog post, and we'll have, all the pictures will be available, and there's some other pretty videos, and there's a video walkthrough, so there's lots of opportunities to get more information about what this stuff looks like. But what we're really hoping with this is that this is the beginning, right? We're starting out small. We kind of want to get a feel of it. We want to see how does this actually get used, or what are we missing, or what other things do we need that we can add into this for future releases of stuff that will just help us get more stories told, because that's the goal here, right? The goal for all of us is to get more stories told, and the goal for me really is to just have a home for all of these stories that I want to tell, so that they're not floating out in the ether. They're not, something where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to remember that, and then I don't, because I never do unless I write it down. So that's really the goal here. We just hope that this is going to be an extension of the intentional products that we have been offering for the last few years, to really give you an opportunity to store and collect, and then be able to go to this binder when you're ready to actually tell your stories, or when you have more time and you will have had the opportunity to get some of these things down. So I think we're going to go to questions. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, Katie's going to throw me some questions.
Somebody missed the price of the sticker bundle.
The sticker bundle, I believe, is $9.99. Katie knows all these things. $9.99 for the sticker bundle.
Can you say the exact size of the album?
Yeah,
and the interior pages.
Okay, so the album itself is 7.25 by 9. That is the size of the album. The pads, which are the interior pages with the holes in them, right, we'll get out my trusty ruler here, is 5.5 by, I would say 7 3/4. So 5.5 by 7 3/4 is the size of the interior pages with the holes. So we've punched those holes for you already.
Will these things be available digitally?
We will be offering the stickers and the paper pads digitally all together in one package, and that will happen beginning of March. Yes, beginning of March. So with the next time we release digitals. For those of you guys that don't know, we pretty much are just only releasing digitals at the beginning of the month. So anything that comes up during the course of the month, we just flow that into the next time that we offer digital products.
Yes. And will there be a shipping offer?
We do have a shipping offer for this release, and there will be a code, and I'll have it on my blog because I don't remember it right now, but it is for domestic customers. If you spend $60, you will receive free shipping, and for international customers, if you spend $60, it is a flat rate $10 shipping price.
And those are on products that are within the Story Planner category.
Yes. So what Katie just said is that those are products from when you're purchasing products within this release. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
What other questions? Anything else?
I think we got the ones I wrote down. Let's see if anybody else has said anything.
We're super excited about this. I think that, like I said, it's going to be something that will evolve over time as we all get a handle, because I'll be using this too, of what is working best and what are ways that we can support creating this home. You know, what are different things we need, or what are adjustments that need to be made. Those are kind of the way that we learn stuff as we go too. Do you have a question?
Can you show the pad inside of a regular 6x8 binder?
Yes. Okay, so a couple questions. One is, can I show the pad inside of a regular 6x8 binder, which is a great question because the paper pads do fit in here. So this is a 6x8 that's from Week in the Life last year, and we'll just pull one of these off. Because the ring size is the same, you can use the pad within a 6x8 if you wanted to do that as well. So that is how that would fit inside of a 6x8 album. So you can see the space around it as well. Yeah.
And then just the time. That was the last thing. Time it releases.
So the Story Planner and all the collection will release tomorrow, which is Tuesday, February 20th at 8 a.m. Pacific, and which is noon Eastern time. These will be available for sale, and we have a blog post that will go.
11.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
11.
That's just times, my friends, times. So 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Yeah, we will write it down. And at that time, there will be a blog post that goes live that will include an overview video, just like I normally do, where I'm showing each of the products on there as well. And then we have a pretty little video to go along with it that Katie and I filmed, and we're very proud. We're very proud of that we did it ourselves this time. So, does anyone else have any questions that we can talk about related to this today? Otherwise, I can go in and answer if you have more questions. And as always, we will be available. So. You see anything else?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks so much for joining us here today. And like I said, if you have questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments.